Thanks for checking out another episode of Full Retard by Mentally Damaged. Today we have more Choosing Beggars, so let's get to it. First up, free artwork because it rained. My close friend, Boss Mike, and I do joint artwork, typically for machinery, aircraft, etc. He does mostly line art, and I use alcohol markers to color the pieces. Everything not related to our main comic project. He throws me a 24, and it's a straightforward deal. Since December, Mike and I have been planning to work at an air show for one of the stunt pilots, another close friend. He's a super sweet dude, and it baffles me how much he's paying us for our poster. So anyways, Mike's friend AJ was headed out to the air show the day before I was. It apparently had rained heavily out in the area, and AJ demanded a free piece done for him, because it rained. Mike said no. I was told about this the day after, and honestly I can't believe that someone so close to Mike actually exists in this headspace. This did apparently have some fallout, though. Mike and I were discussing our main project and how we wanted to handle it. Midway through, AJ called Mike and asked him if he wanted to go to the movies with AJ and a few other mutuals. I found out the other day that apparently AJ expected Mike to pay for every part of everyone else's movie snacks, to which Mike bought nothing and the group had to pay for themselves, as well as hitting Mike with a cane to the back for payback for not doing the commission. It's safe to say, even if AJ ever gets a legitimate commission, I have made it very clear to Mike that I refuse to work for AJ. Names changed. Next we have you don't have a job, so I'm doing you a favor by letting you work for pennies. This was about 10 years ago and I was looking for work at the time and was all down through talking, so sorry but no text messages here. My now ex-friend is a huge fan of Warhammer 40k and would spend all his money buying new figures. His building and painting skills were terrible though, with many of the figures having bits of plastic sticking out of them where they were meant to be cut off, and glue seeping out from the joints. So one day he asks me to paint his entire army of 144 tiny figures to the highest quality and he would pay me for them. He said he asked a man at the shop he buys them from to paint them, and he said he would do it for £15 for each figure, £2,160, but it was too high for him, so he asked me if I would do a lower price for him. I said I would do it for £10 for each figure, £1,440, which led to this conversation. Him: you see, I was actually looking for the best price I could get, you see. Me: the last guy offered you £15 each, £10 is less than that. Him: yes, but I want the best price I can get. Do you understand what I'm saying? Me: what price did you have in mind? Him: I don't know. £1. Me: right, so you want me to spend hours of my time painting these figures for basically nothing? Him: you don't have a job right now, do you? I'm being generous by offering my services to you. I am offering you a job that pays money and all you have to do is paint my army. Me: yeah, no. I'd rather nap that paint him. No one's going to be dumb enough to paint these for £1 each. Him: okay, how's this? I pay you £1.25 if you buy the paint and the brushes. Sound fair? And what painting technique are you going to use? I want my family crest on each of their shields too. Me: yeah, sure. For £1.25 I'll paint him, and my painting technique is basically to pick them up, dunk them in the paint, and then I'm done. Him: that's a bad way to paint him, they'll look terrible. Me: well, for £1 you're not getting anything better than cheap Chinese knockoff quality. I saw him a few days later showing off his figures to some other people at a gaming club. Me: so these are the figures you wanted painted? Him: I meant to talk to you about that. I found someone cheaper to do it, so I'm afraid the offer is off the table. Me: yeah, I wasn't going to do it in the first place. What idiot did you manage to get to do it cheaper than £1? Him: points he will. Guy: hey. Me: so how much are you paying him then? Him: 50p. Me: right. To Guy: you're not very bright, are you? Guy: hey, money is money. Me: yeah. Sorry, gotta go. My cat's ringing. Him: your cat? Me: well, it might be. I did leave her at home, so she might be bored with my PS3 and want me to come home. Him: why does your cat have a PS3? Me: oh no, it's mine. Who knows, maybe she's playing on it right now. I didn't tell her not to after all. Him: are you feeling okay? Me: yep, fine, totally fine. Just going to go join my cat now. Just going to go play on my system at home with my cat instead of wasting my time painting figures all day for pennies. Him: "You don't have to be upset about it. I offered you the job and you said no. It's not my fault I had to give someone else the job." Me: "I'm not upset, just pointing out that instead of painting all day for no money, he'll just be gaming and curling up with a fluffy cat." So okay, the end was just me taking the piss, but a few weeks later I did hear more about his figures. His friend couldn't be bothered to actually paint the figures for only 50p, so even though he had the job, he wasn't actually doing anything. Up next, premium gas, beef jerky, and a monster. So I was at a truck stop on I-40, when a guy drive up next to me in a 30-year-old whomping POS held together by bird shit, rust, and a dream. This car is packed full of stuff. The back seat is probably blocking his ability to see behind him. He asks me if I will buy him a couple of gallons of gas, as that's what he need to get to the next town. I tell him I don't have any cash and he asks if I will put it on my card. I agree. I put the card in, and he asks me to put premium gas. I tell him he doesn't need premium gas for a 30-year-old car. He says he doesn't want it to break down. I reluctantly agree, annoyed, just to get this pushy motherfucker out of my life, and I get to him a couple of gallons of gas. He asks if I will go into the gas station and buy him a soda and some food. I tell him and he's asking a lot. He begs me to because he's hungry. I agree. We go in and he starts grabbing all kinds of shit: beef jerky, bags of soda, and Monster energy drinks. He throws it all on the counter, and it is so much shit. I tell him I would buy him one thing. He tell me he needs the energy drinks for to stay awake, the beef jerky for protein, and the chips for fuel. I tell him he's really asking for too much from me. He says he has a few bucks he could throw him to help, and he was going to run to his car to go get it and be right back. He picks up the stuff off the counter, grabs some other things they have like keychains and DVDs, and goes right out the front door if the truck stop, runs to his car and drives off. The gas station attendant and I are both just looking at each other like WTF just happened. I wait there for the cops, and the gas station people want me to pay for all the stuff that my friend stole. I explain to the cops what happened. They tell me I'm not liable to pay for what some deranged homeless man stole. I get in my car and leave, and never have attempted to help someone again. That was probably 15 years ago. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like us on Facebook. Our first contest will be at 500 likes. If you have comments, email us at opinions@mentallyDamaged.com, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get all of our latest episodes.